Okay, we're going to be doing a cleaning of the element using the Hubb filter cleaning concentrate. You can see here for a 3-inch filter we need to add 5 ounces of the concentrate with water. Okay, here I've measured out the 5 ounces. And I've got some hot water from the tap. And the key is just to remember you don't need to go up to this line. You just need to make sure that the filters are fully cemented. Okay, so right now I have the ultrasonic cleaner, we have the solution, we have the water added, and the machine is calling for us to be at 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 150 degrees. And over here, the flashing light, that's representing the current temperature of the water. So what I'm going to do is just take a break and wait for this to get up to 65 degrees. And at that time I'll put the filters in, and over here that is your countdown clock. The clock, once it reaches 0, it will automatically turn off the machine, and that's preset to 10 minutes. Okay, so here's our old filter element, and again what our technicians are doing is they just split the filter apart and or the housing from the base. Pull out the old element, and they're putting in one that's already been cleaned, and then we go through the cleaning. Okay, for the disassembly on the filter, comes in 2 parts. So this is the main filter element, and then if we unscrew this piece here, that's the secondary. In addition, we take off this smaller cap inside the secondary, and that'll release the bypass valve and a spring. Those parts don't go into the ultrasonic cleaner, just the primary and the secondary filter. Okay, and to separate the primary and secondary filter, we use this tool, and we're going to use this larger spanner. There's a large one here, and then a smaller one right here. So the larger one will catch these. It'll catch those tabs here, like so, and allow us to unscrew it. Okay, once we have the secondary element removed, next we're going to use the smaller spanner on that tool and remove this piece. Okay, as you can see, I've removed that piece, and there's the bypass valve here, and as well as the spring, and you get a little bit of oil at it. Now I'm going to let this sit on the rag and just get all the residual to drain out, and then I'll be installing the filter and the secondary on this rag. Okay, as you can see, we're getting pretty close on our temperature, so instead of just standing here waiting for another 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and put the filters in. About 3 or 4 of these filters now, and what's amazing to me is just how quickly the ultrasonic cleaner just starts pulling out all the debris or the oil, contaminants, whatever you call it. And right now, it's hard to see on the camera, but the solution is no longer transparent. It has a kind of a milky brown color to it. This solution, again, 5 ounces with, I don't know, I'd say it's probably almost a gallon of fluid, maybe a gallon of water. And then we have a parts washer that will dispose of this fluid in, and that's the parts washer that we use. They just, warm soapy water is all it is, and then we have that service by company that comes out and pulls that out and disposes of it properly. Okay, so we'll check back in. Alright, so the cleaning has finished. Shuts the machine off, and then it starts cooling down, so that's why our temperature's gone down here. And you take a look at the fluid. Really murky brown. and of course the elements. Now what I'll do is I'll give them a quick rinse, and then we'll use some air to blow them dry, and then I'll reassemble it. Okay, as you can see, we've got the secondary and primary oil filters out of the parts washer. What I did is I rinsed them with water right over or into the ultrasonic cleaner, and again, that'll be disposed of properly. We'll put that in our parts washer, where that will then be disposed of by a company that we have that comes in here and replaces that with fresh water, disposes of it properly. So okay, we've got two seals, one on the secondary and one on the bypass, and make sure you can see that. And I've got some fresh motor oil here, so I'm just gonna put that on. I'm gonna put it on pretty liberally, just because we've had some problems disconnecting the filter housing from the base. It's been coming off as one whole assembly, and we think it's just because we don't have enough lubrication on the packings. Okay, then the secondary gets threaded right into the primary. I've got oil on my fingers now, so very slippery. Okay, again, we're going to use the larger spanner. Sorry, here, make sure that I'm on the camera. Okay, like so. And then you can see there's a little tube in here. I think you can see that. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the spring that'll go around it, and then the bypass has that little tab that'll go inside of that tube. If I'm coordinated enough to do that, you have to kind of wiggle it until it falls in, which it did. Okay. And since that has a packing, we're going to go ahead and get that lubricated. And again, you're going to use the smaller of the spanners for the centerpiece. And that's it. There's the assembly. We'll put this in the box back on the shelf, so the next technician that does a filter change, they'll just remove and replace it, and then again we go through this process of cleaning it again. So that's it.